Hey, good morning. Welcome to 3 Cow Marketing. I'm Charlotte Smith, and happy summer day. I hope where you are, it is as fabulous as our day is. We've just had the best weather. I know, actually, I've heard from a lot of you that are having droughts and things. We aren't there yet. We will be later in the summer, so I'm just enjoying this very moment right here. Anyway, thank you for being here today. I'm going to share with you some more information on how I use farm events to build a very loyal customer base. I wrote a blog post on it a couple weeks ago, and it got a lot of attention from a lot of farmers, but also a lot of other organizations trying to help their farmers wanted to share this information because it's so important. Now, today's world, people with Amazon and Amazon buying Whole Foods and Walmart selling so-called grass-fed beef, there's a lot of potential competition for us out there. And people often figure that how in the world are they going to compete on the price and convenience that Amazon offers, especially? And the answer is that you absolutely can't. You will never be able to compete with them on price and convenience. So therefore, we have to think of some other way to compete in order to build a loyal customer base that's going to buy from us instead of jump online to have their groceries delivered to their door. And that thing you're going to compete on is building a relationship with a person, giving them the experience that you can give them. It doesn't even have to be coming to the farm, but an experience of a person that you engage with at the farmer's market, and that connection, and that you know them and you know their struggles, and you can talk about their struggles, and then you can talk about how your products can help them with their struggles. You're not going to find that anywhere else online. So one of the best ways we've been able to do this on our farm is to have farm events really year round. We do indoor events in the winter and outdoor events in the summer. As a matter of fact, right now we've got our kids camp going on. So those parents are going to shop with us forever. When their kids spend a week here, yesterday, a little boy was holding a hen and she laid an egg in his lap and all the kids went crazy. So when your kid gets an egg laid in their lap and has that experience, the parents are never going to go anywhere else. And this is what we find. So for 10 years, one of the best ways we've been able to have a waiting list and sold out products most of the time. And we're able to charge the price we need to charge to be sustainable, which is often double what the grocery store is through building a connection with people. And so events are the best way to do that. I'm just going to go over a quick spreadsheet here. Also, please ignore me. I got to look over. I have all this wonderful new technology that I'm trying to work with. So I want to make sure that we don't have comments or questions yet. And we are going to just dive in. Oh, good. It looks good on Facebook. And there's Kay Powell from Florida. And yay, thank you. Welcome, Kay. I'm sure it's really hot there, although Northwest Florida, maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully you avoid hurricanes this year. But thanks you all for being here. Okay, so I'm going to get into a few things here that help me plan successful events. I'm going to pull up. Oops. Why isn't that on there? Okay. Why is my daughter not here? Maybe I should try to call my daughter because I'm learning this new thing. And let's see. Oh, here we go. I did it. Okay. Hang on, you guys. Yay. Here we are. Okay. So I hope you can see the spreadsheet. I'm sort of waiting to make sure it shows up over on there. But what I have here is, yes, it's showing up. You guys, aren't you happy when technology works? Because I'm a farmer just like you. Technology training is not my first love. So I'm just always very happy when it works out. All right, let's start in. First of all, what are you going to call your event? I'm going to use the Profitable Farm Workshop because we just did that with Joel Salatin here this weekend. He spent the weekend at our farm for the second time in 9 months. And so that was the name of our workshop. Right now, we've got our farm camp going on. These are things you need to consider. Oh, okay, there we go. Hopefully Hayden's not talking to me because I don't know what she's talking about. Can you guys see it? Let's make this big. All right, so here's what I go through first. We've named our event. Then I want to know my ideal attendee. Who am I going to invite? So for our farm camp, that is parents. That's not kids. My ideal attendee that I'm marketing to are the kids, but I'm marketing to the parents. So I'm going to talk about that in there. The Profitable Farm Workshop, it was farmers, right? So figure out who's your ideal attendee and what is the outcome you have to sell them on. So the Profitable Farm Workshop, the outcome was they're going to learn how to create a profitable website by me. And then they were going to be inspired by Joel Salatin. All right. So that was their outcome. Farm camp. So figure out what that outcome is. It'll help you with marketing. And then we want to know the event outcome for you. Okay. So this is where you need what is your main event outcome? Because you can do events for free year round, never make a dime and burn yourself out and not build that loyal customer base. So is your event outcome for profit, or is it just to give someone an experience? Is it just to build your customer base? And I don't mean just, I mean, these are all valid reasons to have a great event. Just know that eventually you have to make a profit on some event somewhere, or you're going to burn yourself out. Or is it for charity? So the Joel Salatin event this weekend, the Profitable Farm Workshop, was 100% charity. I didn't make a dime on that, and that's okay. I do that once a year. If I did a charity event every month, we'd probably go broke. But we were able to donate our farm and all the resources one time a year. Most of our events at the beginning, the first 5 years of our farm, it was mainly to get customers to our farm. So I charged for the event because there are always costs involved in an event, but it wasn't about making a profit for me, the event itself. It was about making sure our products were always sold out and we had a waiting list of people ready and able to buy our products when we, had to sell quarters of beef or half hogs or fill a farm camp or something. So it was purely to build a customer base. Now that we have an engaged customer base, people still want to come to the farm and do events. So we have to make money at it. If I don't make money, I can't get enthused about doing events every month, because it takes time, it takes resources away from my family. So there better be money. The great thing about events is in the winter, those first years when we were strapped for cash, because a lot of our products we sell are seasonal. We sell more in the summer, less in the winter. I would plan a cheese class once a month through the winter. And that really helped even out the cash flow. So they can definitely help keep your farm sustainable, and they can be a good source of income. So let's just go over a few classes here that I taught. I did a lot of cheese making and home dairying classes. That made sure our raw milk was sold out 100% of the time, and I was able to charge a sustainable price, which is often double what many other raw milk producers in our area charge. And it's sustainable because I'm still in business 10 years later, and many of them aren't. So it's really important that you're charging enough for your milk, which means you may need those classes to build a relationship with someone. Because once you get them out to the farm and they make cheese out of your milk in your living room or in your kitchen, they are going to be a customer for life, and price is no object. I teamed up with a friend who taught how to grind your own flour and bake bread. We did some of those in our home, in our kitchen. And we give farm tours. Everyone, it seems like, we get calls all the time of people that say, hey, I'm driving by. Can I stop in and you can show me around? Well, let's face it, we don't have time to drop everything and show people around. So I learned to create a farm tour during the summer once a month and just say, I'd love to show you around. We do that the first Saturday of every month. Here's the link to sign up. And you want to charge for those farm tours. And because people often don't show up if they don't have any money invested in it. When the day comes, they wake up, maybe it's a sunny day, they decide to stay home and weed their garden or go to the river instead of come to the farm tour. But if they've paid $25 a person, they're going to show up at the farm tour. And I limit it to 20 people, and they always fill up. So I don't want to tell someone no and then have other people not show up. So be sure to charge so they have some skin in the game. We do a kids camp every year for 6 to 12-year-olds. That's going on right now. They're actually riding horses right now. And we do a teen camp for 13 to 18-year-olds. It's more like a farm internship. We charge for all of these things. Workshops for farmers. We've got a raw milk workshop coming up this fall where you can learn how to milk a cow or fine tune it if you're already doing it. So there's guest speakers, movie screenings, farm to table dinners, milk the cow class, yoga, book club, wine tastings, nutrition classes, lard making classes, broth making classes. These are all things we've done on our farm, and we charge money so we can make money off of them, but also that builds you a very strong, loyal customer base. It's just amazing. If you let them pet a calf, like we've got a calf out there, you let them feed the calf a bottle, they're going to be your customer for life once you do that. It just takes once. So these have been just so helpful for us. So then once you figure out what kind of event you're having, who's coming to it, what they're going to get out of it, you've got to list all your tasks. And this is, I mean, you might have 50 different tasks, just some ideas, set up and clean up and clean the house. If we're doing a cheese class, I got to make sure the whole house is clean, the bathroom spotless, my yard, the parking area. For the event this weekend with Joel, we had lunch. So we had tables and chairs and tablecloths and water bottles, things like that. Supplies, you're going to have a long list of supplies. And then you get to the setup and cleanup. Is that you doing that? Are you going to ask for some volunteer help? I often was able to trade someone to attend the class for free if they would help out, especially in a cheese class. There's lots of dishes to wash and all that. So they would help out and get to attend for free. This weekend when Joel was here, the caterers did the setup cleanup. Are you going to have, let's talk about paid staff, caterers, speakers, event managers. For our larger events, I will hire someone to handle event management because I'm engaging with people. You can trade for someone to do that. A photographer, we try to have photographers at our bigger events so that we have those for social media. Because let's face it, I'm probably like you. I always think I'm going to take photos throughout my events, and I don't, because people are there. They want to talk to me. I'm the farmer. You're the farmer. They want to engage with you. So assign someone the task of taking photos or hire someone. And then are my employees going to be paid to set up? Or again, can you capitalize on some volunteer help? And then make a list. What are the volunteers going to do? It's really important when you're planning an event that you have everything covered, have all your bases covered. So what are those volunteers going to do? Are they going to show people to the bathroom? If your event is out in the field and you need someone available to show someone to a restroom, think of all those things. We spend a lot of time going through all the possible things that could go wrong. And then we backtrack and prevent them by asking someone to make sure that doesn't go wrong. Cleanup can be exhausting. So we always make sure we have lots of help to clean up, whether that's paid staff or volunteer. But if you have to do all the cleanup, all the time, you're going to get to where you don't want to do events anymore because it's too much work. So trade for someone to be able to help with cleanup or pay someone to clean up. And then some things to consider: insurance. When I did cheese classes every month, I had some home business insurance. Just talk to your agent. Don't take it from a farmer what you need to get. Talk to your insurance agent and figure out what you need to get. Don't take my advice, figure it out. So I had home business insurance for the classes. We have farm insurance. We have extra insurance during farm camp because we have a stock tank filled with water. Figure out what you need there. Rules and boundaries for guests. Have some very clear rules and boundaries, and don't be afraid to say, oh, please don't go in that shed. That shed is off limits. Or, if you notice people wandering around, you have to be very firm sometimes. And then people can tell by your body language that you expect them to stay right here and do this thing and don't go wandering off. Don't open gates. Don't touch don't touch any fence, don't climb over gates. So make sure you've listed out those rules and boundaries. You enforce them, and the volunteers and all the staff enforce them too. Parking, where are you going to park all these people? We opened up our horse pasture events And then I just let people know in their email right before the event, 2 days in advance, they get a confirmation email. We tell them they'll be walking through a horse pasture, so wear closed-toed shoes, no high heels, etc. How's your bathroom looking? Do you have lots of bottled water? We've had people pass out on farm tours as soon as it hits 80 degrees. So, beware that could happen. And then just extra help. You're there to engage with people. You cannot be the person that's parking the cars and telling people where to go and showing them to the bathroom and grabbing water bottles. Your whole purpose is to engage with people, to build that strong, loyal customer base. So make sure that you have all those other duties assigned to other people so that you can be there building that strong customer base. That's why they're there, is to meet the farmer. You also want to figure out a budget. Is there a fee for the speaker? Are there travel expenses? Is there a fee because you're doing a movie screening and there's a fee for that? Is there food, water bottles? Do you have to pay staff? I had to pay my employees, to set up and clean up. Tips, don't forget tips. If they're volunteers, are you going to give them a pound of hamburger, a dozen eggs, a $20 bill? What are you going to do? It's nice to show gratitude somehow. Do you need to budget for a house cleaner? I would have a house cleaner come before all my events because it got to where it took me a whole week to get ready for events and I was burning out. I didn't want to do them anymore, but I knew that it was a way to keep our farm profitable. So I budgeted, increase the price of the event so I could have a house cleaner. Childcare, what are you going to do with your kids the day of the event? I had to make sure my kids were displaced somehow or looked after. Printing costs, we have handbooks for many of our events. So figure out printing and copies. And then I'm going to just check for questions over here. I know I'm on a roll. Extra gravel. During the winter, we always have to bring in a truckload of gravel so that people aren't parking in a mud puddle. So make sure you've looked into that too. And then things like landscaping, we want some mulch around to make the yard look nice. Extra plants. These little touches go a long way towards making a successful event. Bring in some mulch, freshen things up, are you going to do it yourself? Are you going to hire it done? Bring some flowers in the house. Maybe you purchase them, but hopefully you have some flowers or greenery in your yard. Put some in your bathroom, make everything look good. So let's see if I can unshare my screen as I'm learning my new technology here and go back to, oh, well, maybe I don't know how to do that, but that's okay. I'm still learning this, this thing. So I don't know how to unshare my screen. Maybe Hayden can help me for next time. But you can see me a little teeny picture up here, right? Oh, wait, look. Okay, so I'm going to try something. If I lose you, I lose you. Oh, look, it worked. Oh, yeah, I didn't even need my daughter to help me. I figured that out myself. Don't you love technology? All right, so I'm going to be able to answer any questions you guys put in the comments. There, thank you, Hayden. I figured it out. And I think we're all good. I can't, for some reason, Facebook doesn't show me all the comments, even though I refresh my screen. So if there are more comments, I may have to answer them later, and let me look in here. Okay, so I think I'm good. Everyone, sorry, I'm looking at two screens here, getting confused, but I think that's it. If you have more questions about events, keep them coming. We do a lot of them. We're experts. We love them. And that is the #1 way I have built my profitable farm, where I have a whole bunch of people willing to pay any price we have to ask without question. And they are loyal. They never think of shopping anywhere else. Remember, you'll never be able to compete with the price and the convenience offered by places like Amazon and Walmart and home delivery services. So you have to compete on something else. And that's your ability to build a connection with people through sharing your farm in events. And again, that is what has made us able to charge what we need for all our products and be sold out all the time. So keep questions coming. If you have them, we'll keep answering them. And I look forward to doing this again. Now that I'm getting better at my technology, we'll do more of these live videos. All right, take care, everyone.